What's up guys, James Palms here. This video is on certain palms that are good for bringing inside for a cold climate. So which palms can you bring inside, keep around, keep either at a window or with artificial light, and then you can bring it back out each year and put it back out in the sun and it will do fine. So these are the palms that I've found that are really good, and I don't know, I'm sure there's lots more, but I can tell you one or two that's really bad, and that are the most common ones that you'll likely find at your nurseries and greenhouses and things, and the ones that you won't find are a lot better. But nevertheless, I'll give you the ones that I have found. This doesn't mean you can't do it. Doesn't mean you can't bring a palm out and in and out and in and out. It just means that these are very easy. So this is actually a hybrid palm. The real name is Trachycarpus fortunei hybrid wagnerianus, hybridized in Vancouver, Canada. BC, Canada. Anyways, I got the seed for that. But this is a palm that you can put inside. This was in a grow closet. Very, very little, very dim, almost no light. Obviously, it had some lights. There's LEDs in there, but for considering for the sun, almost nothing. Sat in there the whole closet, the whole winter. Came out and put it in full, extreme, intense sun, just burning, like full, like just beaming sun, and no burns, no nothing, not even the tips. Everything looks beautiful, fertilized. I've done this multiple years with this palm, and it takes it no problem. So you can put this in. So this is a good one. And any of these, from my experience, any for Trachycarpus fortunei, common name windmill palm. So this is a hybrid, but it doesn't matter. Any of them will work. These palms right here were boxed up for 4 months or 5 months, almost 4.5 months, and had no sun on them at all. And then they get opened up, and they don't burn either. They get opened up into full blazing sun, and no burning. Same thing with these. Old Mexican fan palm, Washingtonia robusta, also great palm. Bringing it inside, getting less. It needs a little more sun than that. That needs nothing. You can almost just put that in a closet in complete darkness and then bring it straight out to full sun, and it'll do fine. I wouldn't recommend that, by the way, but you probably could do it, and I bet you it would survive as long as you kept it watered and stuff. But this, if it was in a cool place, it'd be better, like a cellar or something for the other palm. This, though, again, same thing. You could probably keep this in a cool, dark place. But if this is at your house temperature, this is going to be growing, because this palm will grow a lot more. So it'll need a little more sunlight to actually keep it healthy and get it through there. It doesn't need a lot, but it definitely needs a little bit, enough to keep it from dying. So whether you can get that from a window or artificially. So another good palm. We'll start off on all the good ones. I'll show you the good ones I know, and then we'll go to the bad ones. So I got one other, actually I got two, I got 2 bad ones, 3 bad ones, and one more good one. So, now this is just what I have noticed. So this is a Chinese fan palm, Livistona chinensis, the common Chinese fan palm. Now this right here was inside the closet, and this thing can take almost zero light, and this is a shade loving palm, so you can have this in mostly shady areas, and it does better, it looks better, and the fronds will be less like sort of ruffled like this, less costa palmate, less aggressive looking. They'll be longer and flatter and darker green, but nevertheless, this was inside, full closet, very little light, brought it out full 100% blazing sun, and looks beautiful, no burning. So Chinese fan palm. That one is a little more common that you might find at your nurseries and stuff like that as well. Sometimes you'll find Mexican fan palm too. You will see those. Now, something that doesn't do good. This is a queen palm. Not great. This is some burnage. That's all sunburn. This was did perfect growing in no light. This never had a light on it at all, actually. This was in a room with no window directly on it, almost no sunlight the entire winter. Survived, pushed out this frond, but brought it outside, completely got roasted. The other ones were spider mites. It didn't lose them from being in darkness or anything. I cut all those fronds off. Spider mites. I didn't really care about the palm. No, I got it for free, and I've just been letting it sit there. But here's another one though, not good. The other ones I don't have examples of, but I'm just going to tell you what they are. So another one here, Christmas palm. Adenidia amarylli. This just got tore up. This is all sun damage. Just tore up. And this had light. I gave this light through the winter. Just absolutely shredded by the sun. Just completely shredded. So not a good one to bring indoors. You can do it if you have a lot of patience and bringing it out, giving it little shots of sun, shade cloths, whatever you can do, slowly adapting it back to the sun. You might be able to get away from some of the burning. It's just it's harder, and it's not as fast growing, and the way that, because it's there's the nature of the way it grows, because it's crown shafted. When you kill off the old leaves, the leaf bases are part of the crown kind of, so it's harder to, like, you're kind of killing the outer part of the crown and you're kind of making it thinner, and I don't know, it's just not good for it. So this one is a tougher, definitely more difficult to be bringing inside and bringing back outside, but still it's possible. Now the last ones, I don't have any examples of them, but I'll just you can look at this little flower pot while I'm talking about it. But basically the standard Majesty palm, which is what you're going to see most of the time, they'll just have it listed as just a palm when you go into your retailer, like your little Home Depot or whatever, your big box store. They'll have it listed as, exotic plant or just sorted palm trees or whatever. They'll just be $20 in a 3 or 4 gallon pot, and they're fairly shade grown. If you put them in the sun, sometimes they'll tolerate it, sometimes they'll burn a little bit right out of the store. Usually they'll probably do okay the first summer, and then most people put them in a nice pot and they have them on the patio and they love it, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to save it. Well, it's a $20 plant. I say just don't even bother trying, just throw it away. But they save it and they fertilize it and they give it a little bit of light all winter long or whatever, and they have it in their nice pot and they're enjoying it, and then boom, they put it on their deck and it is just roasted to all hell, and it almost kills it. If it doesn't, it looks like shit the entire spring and all the way through the summer, and by the time the fall comes around, it starts to barely look okay. So for a $20 plant, it wasn't worth it. Just throw it away, right? But you can do it. Like, I'm not trying to discourage anyone. If you want to try to do it, give it as much sun as you can through the winter, and then bring it out very slowly. But you can't let it get really any sun, any direct sun, for the first little while, regardless. But that's what's good about these and other ones. So I'm just giving examples of choices. This is a Mexican fan palm as well. My wife just put it in the middle of this little flower potter. But they can go in full shade to full sun, and they won't usually burn at all. You almost can't burn them. And windmill palm, same thing. You cannot burn a windmill palm. You almost can't burn it. You can go almost 100% shade to 100% sun, and it takes it on the chin. I don't know how or why. It's adapted for it. Same thing with Chinese fan palm. It just takes it. So that's my advice on what to do some of those things. What is the other palm I wanted to mention that was not too good? I can't remember right now. Anyways, yeah, there's a bunch that are not good, and there's a bunch that are good. If you don't know, just try to test it out a little bit for an hour or two and something like that, or give it a little bit of direct sun, or don't give it any. Or just pick ones that are can tolerate it. If you're gonna, I would recommend, if you're gonna have a patio palm, it looks a little different to have a fan palm too, because most people have your standard Christmas or little pennate Majesty or whatever. So me personally, I'd say get a fan palm, get a Mexican fan palm, or a windmill like this, and have this as your patio palm instead. They're nicer. I like the palmate look, the fan palm. It's a little different than you see at other places. Other people have on their patios, so it just looks nice. They're just beautiful palms, and they're easier to take care of. They're a little smaller. One like this too is very slow growing. Like, this palm is almost 5 years old. So yeah, it's a 4 years old from the time it was like a strap leaf. So it probably is close to 5 from the time it was a seed. But and then you can see it there with the chair. It's not terribly big. You can keep bringing it in, so it keeps a small size for a while anyways. Obviously eventually it's got to probably go in the ground, but anyway, so hibiscus is another thing. This is not a palm, but another one that a lot of people kill. It needs a lot of sunlight. In the winter it tries to die off. If it doesn't die, it just looks like a stick, but burns terribly. These are the remainder of the leaves. Luckily, it doesn't really matter. It grows the new leaves so aggressive and so quickly that when you bring it out, yes, if it had leaves like mine did, all shade grown leaves, they'll all die off, but they'll all come back, and they'll bring back the flowers with them as they're starting to come. So right now it hasn't had flower. It had a couple in the spring, early on spring. It had 6, 7, 8 flowers. and then it's been taking a break now as it's creating all of its new leaves and new flowers that are coming out. This is I don't know what kind of hibiscus. It's a standard hibiscus though, big yellow flowers. They open for one day and then they close, and that's the end of them. But and I think bananas are good with bringing them into full shade, into full sun. From what I can hear, a lot of people have like a musabaju, which is like these ones over here, where they cut them. Like I had this one cut to the ground, but most people, I've heard they dig them out and they bring them inside to dark storage and bring it back out, and I don't think they get burnt up or anything. So, anyways, that's some plants, some tropical plants you can do for bringing indoors that work good, and some that don't work so good. And thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe for more info. Later.